everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Nikki.
Hi.
And Nick, this week, or no, not this week. We were off last week. Me and you were off last week.
Yeah.
Just for whatever. I don't know. Everybody else saw us but we haven't seen each other in a week. But on this day, today is the 15th of March. We're almost to St. Patrick's Day, but that has nothing to do with what happened on this day. I found a couple interesting things that happened on this day. First, on this day in 44 BC, so a long flipping time ago, Julius Caesar was stabbed to death by Brutus, Cassius, and several other Roman senators on the Ides of March in Rome. So today is the day that Caesar was killed.
Oh, that makes sense now because my coworker Mark, shout out Mark. I don't think you listen. I think you listen to like 2 episodes, but whatever, it's fine. Today he was quoting Shakespeare about Caesar and he was like the Ides of March and blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, I don't know what you're saying. I have no idea what you're talking about. So maybe that's why. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought this dude was like having a trip, like quoting Shakespeare. And I'm like, okay, all right.
Also on this day in 1943, Christopher Columbus returns to Spain from his first voyage to the New World.
Interesting.
And in 1972, The Godfather debuted premiered in New York City.
Interesting. Still never seen those. But
that's just sad.
I have seen Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is good.
And I've seen My Cousin Vinny twice.
That's good too. That's not like the same as The Godfather, but it's good.
No, but they all are Italian.
I mean, My Cousin Vinny's kind of a different. I mean, it has Joe Pesci in it, which Goodfellas does too.
Yeah, I like Joe Pesci.
The Godfather doesn't, but it's kind of a different. My Cousin Vinny's kind of a category of its own on that front.
That's a comedy, not an action.
It's a comedy movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nick, you have something to add to our day in history this week.
Yeah, I do. So I have on this day in One Direction history because, spoiler alert, our topic today is Harry Styles and his new album. So we're throwing it back. So on this day in 2011, the X Factor Live tour stopped at the Brighton Centre in England. So they were touring when they were first put together on the X Factor.
Okay.
And then on this day in 2013, they did their production of One Way or Another.
Okay.
The classic song.
Yeah.
So they did a cover of it for Comic Relief, which is a charity. And then on this day in 2013, they performed in the Manchester Arena as part of the Take Me Home tour, which arguably might be my favorite era of them. I can't ever decide on anything, especially that stuff, but definitely one of the best albums.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You said 2011 they were touring with the X Factor.
X Factor Live, yeah.
Was that? I'm guessing that was after the show, then, right? Yeah, because they would have had.
I think so. I think that's what they do right after the.
Yeah, because they would have been formed on the X Factor, so it wouldn't have been before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they were all solo, like performed as solo artists on the X Factor, and then were formed by Simon Cowell
originally, and then they were put in a group.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, like Nick said, this week we are talking about not One Direction, but Harry Styles, which was he was part of One Direction. Because last weekend while we were off, he released a new studio album, his third solo album, right? Nick?
Yes. Hold on. Let me count. That sounds right. 3 or 4.
I I believe
Well,
it's
you
his,
can keep going.
I
I will
believe it's his
confirm.
third solo album. The album is called "Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally." Um,
Yeah. No, it's his fourth.
Fourth
Yeah,
studio album.
okay.
Sorry,
That's what it's his fourth.
fourth
Because
studio
he
album.
had his self-titled debut, Harry Styles, and then Fine Line, and then Harry's House, and now Kiss All the Time. So
Okay,
fourth.
so sorry, fourth
Is that what
studio
you
album.
said?
I said third.
Okay,
Fourth
yeah,
studio
fourth.
album. Fourth studio album, 12 tracks. I hope. I only listed to 12, so I hope it's only 12, and there wasn't like a couple that I missed somewhere. Um,
No.
12 tracks. Uh, Pop album. Nick, you are
Yeah.
the Harry Styles aficionado, expert, love interest. I don't really know how you want me to call you on this.
Yeah.
We'll start off with this question: how many times have you listened to the album in the week? Because we're recording this on Friday. It came
Yeah.
out. Was it Friday that it came out?
A
What
week ago.
a week ago?
Yeah,
So it's been out
exactly
for
one
7
week.
days. So it's been out exactly a
Yeah.
week. How many times have you listened to the album in a week?
Okay, so last weekend I listened to it front to back or
Mm-hmm.
end to end, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
Three. Okay.
But I've skipped around a lot
Okay.
because I like to listen to it, first to
Mm-hmm.
last
Okay.
and get the vibe of the album. And then I go back and skip around to like, oh, yeah, I liked this one. I want to listen again.
Okay.
And then I got the vinyl in the mail
Oh,
and
you
I've
got it
listened to the
already.
vinyl
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was pre-ordered, so it got here on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it got there pretty quick then. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've listened to the full album then like 5 times and then skipped around some with other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Um, I listened. You'll be proud of me. I listened to it all the way through twice.
Oh,
I
nice.
did
Yeah, when
listen
we
to it.
had talked before, you had only listened to it once.
Yes, I did listen to it all the way through twice. So I
Nice.
listened to it all the way through
So you
end
got
to
the
end
vibes.
twice. So
Yeah.
I got the vibes. Um, what are what are your thoughts on this album?
Hmm.
Because
So,
you're the big fan, so
yeah,
I
a
want
couple different
like
things. So, part of me at first felt like because when he was doing press for it,
hmm
he was saying, I want everyone to dance. And then it has disco in the title.
yeah,
Now, the title is Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally.
yeah,
But his press kind of made it seem like it was going to be more dancey than it is. There are definitely several pop, synth, dance songs,
yeah.
definitely like songs that would play in a club.
There's a little
But
bit of
then there's
disco vibe
also,
with a couple of them too. Like
yeah, but it's kind of like not as much as the marketing made it seem like. It
yeah,
reminded me of Life of a Showgirl with
yeah.
Taylor, how
I
there was
remember.
only the only
Yeah.
song that really sounded like a, I don't know, showgirl, Broadway, whatever you want to describe it as, song was The Life of a Showgirl.
hmm
So it wasn't what I was expecting, but not in like a bad way.
Yeah.
But
Just
then I
wasn't
was
what you
like,
expected.
well,
Yeah.
it is called Disco Occasionally.
Yeah.
So some of the reviews, I did look up like some of the like other reviews
hmm
beyond just my own brain and thinking it's great. And like a common theme is people are saying it's like decaf dance pop.
Okay.
And then someone else said it's the perfect soundtrack for dancing at the club and then going home and crying. So I get it. There is one of the songs I really like, Coming Up Roses. It's got the symphony, very string heavy.
hmm
It's like one of those like who hurt you when you wrote this songs. But almost like I texted my friend Mariah, you know Mariah. I don't know why I always say my friend Mariah as if you don't also know Mariah. But I texted her and I said this is like his sad boy Bridgerton era in the middle of this album. So it is definitely disco occasionally is an apt title, that's for
Okay.
sure.
Um.
What were your initial vibes though when you first listened?
You know, okay. I'm not a music critic. I like music.
Yeah.
I love music. I played music for years. I
Mm-hmm.
was in a I was in a band in high school. Like
Yeah.
not the band. I was in a band in high school. I
Mm-hmm.
played the drums for like 10 years. Like I love
Yeah.
music. I listen to a ton of
Yeah.
music, but I am not a music critic.
Mm-hmm.
This, it didn't, a lot of them sounded a lot the same to me.
Yeah. I get
And
that because it's
it,
very like except for the random
yeah,
like stripped down songs in it.
it,
They're very like synth pop.
yeah, it sounded a lot the same to me. Like all of them kind of sounded very similar to me. And there just
Hmm.
wasn't very much that stuck out.
Yeah.
So to me, honestly, not that you're listening, Harry, because I know you're not. And nobody else is, because there's only going to be like 3 people that watch this just like anything else or listen to this just like anything else. But
Hmm.
to me, it was kind of boring. Like,
Yeah,
it,
that's what I've seen a lot of people say it's very decaf.
it,
And that makes total sense. I will say the first time I listened, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely not the hype I was expecting.
yeah.
And then I watched oh, I guess I've listened to it like 6 times because there's a Netflix special out that was just released
Oh, okay.
a couple days ago, I think. Or maybe over the weekend. Anyways, on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
He did a one night album debut performance at Manchester Arena
Okay.
in England.
Yeah.
And Netflix did a special. So it's a whole concert.
Okay. Just playing
And
this
I
album.
will say, yes,
Okay.
he played the album.
Okay.
I will say live obviously is any
It's,
album
yeah.
is very different live.
Yeah.
So when you see him and the band performing it live, it is different
Oh, I'm
than
sure.
when you listen to it. And it did like they make it more hype, obviously,
Oh,
when they perform
yeah.
live.
I'm sure.
But still, but I totally get that because it was like more mild than I
Yeah.
was like expecting.
And I want to ask you, I don't know, well, you work from home, so you may not know the answer to
Hmm.
this either. Um so when I'm at work at one of my jobs, we listen to the radio. Usually we
Hmm.
just have it on the background, and we've had it on like a not really a hit station, but like
Yeah.
a kind of a light rock type station, and they
Hmm.
play like the station will play a lot of Taylor Swift, and they'll mix in a lot of
Hmm.
Taylor Swift and uh, Sabrina Carpenter and stuff like that in there. And
Yeah.
I thought about it today, and after listening to this album all the way through, I was
Hmm.
thinking about it today, and I'm like, I don't know that I've heard any of this Harry
The only
Styles
song
on
that I
here.
think
I think I
would
have
play on the
heard.
radio,
I think I had heard American Girls, and that's maybe the only
that's
one
what
that
I was
I've
gonna
heard
say.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I
Like
when I
I'm
was
sure the
listening
pop
to it,
radio stations played Aperture because that was the first single.
yeah,
Um,
maybe I don't know.
and it is a good song. American Girls is also I just love it because I chose my top three favorites
I did too.
that aren't the singles, but I like the singles a lot.
Okay,
But
I don't know
American
what were the
Girls,
singles, so I'll just tell you what my top
Aperture,
three
and
were in a minute.
American Girls were
Okay,
the singles.
those were the singles. Okay,
American Girls is like I stepped back into time and One Direction Harry wrote that
okay,
song or is singing that song.
okay.
That is the only one that gave me that vibe. And so I think that that's the one you will hear on the radio.
But again,
That's the
even
one that's gone viral at
yeah,
least
even
on
even
Instagram and
still,
everything.
like I heard it while
Hmm.
playing it, and I still can't tell you for sure if I heard it on the radio. I just think I might have at some point. Like
Yeah.
I know that I've heard Taylor, and I know I heard Fate of Ophelia
Yeah.
today on the radio,
Yeah.
but I don't know for sure that I heard American Girl.
Hmm.
Like
I'm sure it will play more. And I'm sure that if you're on the pop stations, they're playing the two singles.
That's
But
very possible. Yeah.
I think American Girls would be the only one. There's some club songs, but I think that's the only radio song besides Aperture, which is the other single.
Mm-hmm.
So there are definitely club songs. Like clubs will be playing this, like Pop. I sent you the video of the
Mm-hmm.
guy dancing in his car to Pop. That is definitely a song that would play when you're out late dancing in a club.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's in a bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's a couple like that. Um, it's definitely not like a pop radio album.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's more like synth, funk,
Yeah.
disco, and then stripped down and strings mixed in.
Yeah. I went to, you talked about reviews. I went to Reddit because
Yeah.
where are you going to get better reviews than Reddit?
Yeah.
And Reddit had like a mega thread for this album. And it had reviews from critics and then actual like, user posts under that.
Yeah.
There was only a couple that I could find that had actual user posts under it that had like a thread along with the review.
Yeah.
But from what I could tell, most of the critics' reviews were still like, there was an 8 out of 10, but most of them were like, most of them were rated on a 5 scale, like 1 out of out of 5.
I saw like a bunch of like
They were like 3, 4,
3.6.
3 to 4 out of 5. There was like a Pace magazine said a C, Consequence of Sound said B. So like they were all kind of in the mid like C, B, C range basically. They like none of them were like super, like I said, they weren't all range. And then the highest comment on the Guardian's on the Guardian thread was it was a play on the title, obviously. It was said nice all the time, good occasionally.
I saw that one too.
And it said describes Harry's entire output is what it said. But it's like, I mean, I think One Direction was obviously better than that. But I think some of his other stuff, like on his other albums, has been better.
I mean, One Direction definitely did not get good critic reviews a lot of the time. So
I'm sure it didn't, but
it's hard. I mean, this is a thing in the music industry, the music critics versus fans versus radio.
Yeah.
There's like different worlds.
That's the same for movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for fans like me, I am excited because I'm like, okay, he's never done this type of music before. This is a new style for him. It's a new era or whatever you want to call it. It's a new vibe and we haven't had this before.
Yeah, okay.
But then that I think makes people be like, well, this isn't pop. This isn't it, whatever, so I think it's just everyone has mixed reactions, that's what's happening. It's very mixed reactions.
I mean,
I haven't seen any bad like critics reviews. It's all just very mid.
Yeah. Where do you put this compared to his other albums? Like, where would you?
That's a good question. So I would say that honestly, it might go in order for me.
Like
I have a hard time.
The first one was 1, the second one was 2.
Yeah,
like
I don't know what I would choose between Harry Styles and Fine Line. Those are pretty tied for me.
Okay.
And then I would say, I don't know. It's hard. I think I would put this one above Harry's House, or at least have them ranked the same. That was his 2022 album. That was his last album, Harry's House was. Because they're very different styles. His first album was more like rock, and I love rock, especially like pop rock. Fine Line was more pop. And then Harry's House was more not the same as this. It wasn't as synthy, but it was definitely more like alternative. or
Okay.
I don't know the right way to describe it, but so I would say the debut album and Fight in Line are tied for me at 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then probably Harry's House. And then I don't know though, because there's bops on each of them. So
Okay.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let me ask this. What were your you said you picked out a top three?
I did pick out a top three.
Okay, what were your top three?
My top three were, and I think these are gonna be probably the dance ones that you were talking about. Um,
Hmm.
Dance No More,
Okay, yeah.
Ready Steady Go, and Pop.
Hmm.
Those were the three that
Okay.
I liked the most because they were
Hmm.
upbeat and
Yeah.
they were different.
Yeah.
Like the slow ones just all blended entirely together to me. Like I
Hmm.
couldn't tell any difference. But at
Yeah.
least those ones had like some sort of beat and were kind of like had something going on.
Yeah, I totally agree. And
And then I
mine
had an
was
honorable
almost the
mention,
exact same.
which was Are You Listening Yet? Which was like an honorable
Okay.
mention that I gave, like,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is something like going on, but
Hmm.
it's like again, even still, like those ones, like I said, those are the top three, but even still, they're kind of all like,
Hmm.
it, none of them really stuck out that much to me. Like,
Yeah. So I ignored the singles because I love the singles. I think the singles, Aperture and American Girls, um, are perfect choices
for
for
singles,
singles for this
okay,
album.
okay,
So I took those out of the
okay,
running. I will say though, if I had to choose a number one favorite, it would be American Girls because, like I said, it literally feels like
One Direction,
yes,
okay,
yeah, not like One Direction, but like One Direction Harry, if that
okay,
makes sense.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I get it.
um, but then so my top three are very similar, except for I added in Coming Up Roses. So Dance No More was my number one,
Mm-hmm.
Pop number two, and then Coming Up Roses because I do love the strings. When I first played that, or when that one first came up, I was like, oh, I love this. Like it was just so different.
Okay.
It starts with the symphony. So,
Yeah. So we're actually
um,
pretty aligned on this. I'm
yeah,
okay. I'm kind of surprised on that because
yeah,
Dance No More was what I put as the best song on this. Like, so we're pretty
yeah,
aligned on that then.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Hmm. I think that one is such a vibe. And do you have Netflix?
No, I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, anyone who has Netflix and even cares at all, just a little bit, when he performs that one, you can tell that that's also a band favorite, if that makes sense. It's like they have fun while playing that one too. So I
Which
like that
one?
one. Dance No More.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was a crowd favorite too. Because the Netflix special, it was like the concert. And so they got
Yeah.
a lot of the crowd noise and everything. And that was definitely, the album had only been out for 2 days or something when he did this concert. And like
Hmm.
everyone already knew the words to that one. They were like screaming it. I mean, that's normal, but um, yeah, it was good.
Interesting.
That was definitely one of the vibes of the live concert.
Okay.
Also, just
I.
side note, since I will not be going in person to this tour because
It's
I
only in
can't.
New York. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's only
Um,
I.
so
When
I'm
I saw
so
that, I was
glad that,
like,
yeah,
I.
he's basically doing just a couple residencies. It's
Yeah.
not really a tour
Yeah,
to
it's not
me.
really a tour. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
so
it's just a
I
couple
mean,
of residencies in different
more
countries.
power to you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, I guess.
Um, so I can't go this year. If circumstances were different, I would absolutely be there.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, like I flew to LA, went to like I would be there.
Flew across
But
the country basically to go see this dude go see One
yeah,
Direction in concert and
but
him by
can't
himself.
this year.
Yeah.
But so that's why I'm so glad that Netflix did this special
Mm-hmm.
because it was fun to see them live, at
Mm-hmm.
least live on TV.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool. And they, the fact that you can do that. I mean, you've been able to do that forever. They've been able to do
Yeah.
television specials. I mean, you can watch concerts from the 70s on television, and I love watching concerts. It's not the same.
Yeah, I do too.
But you can still watch them, and it's still fun to watch and
Yeah,
listen to.
it is.
I will say that again, the whole thing about this is this just kind of, it just wasn't, when I was listening to this, I listened to it all the way through.
Yeah.
And after it was over, because I would just listen to it on my, I listened to the album on my, YouTube Music or whatever. And when it ended, it started shuffling other, what would be recommended or what would kind of match this music.
Yeah.
And the first thing that played after this was Fate of Ophelia. And I was like, okay, see,
Really?
this is like interesting because it changed, there's stuff going on. And then after that, it played a Bruno Mars song that I hadn't heard before. And I was like, okay, this is interesting too. And I didn't even know what it was. It just started playing and I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And then he started singing and I'm like, oh, it's Bruno Mars. Okay. And then I listened to that and I'm like, okay, this is more interesting as well. And I'm like, I didn't, so it's just like, it was just kind of boring. And I feel bad saying that, but it just kind of was.
No, I mean, it definitely is not for everyone. I think
and if you
most
like
of
that's
people
great.
like me who are fans of Harry are just so damn excited that he finally did something, you know, because it's been since 2022.
Yeah, it's been 4 years.
Yeah. And rightfully so. He needed a mental health break. I get it. A mentee B. We all have them, and then you need a break after. So he had to go to Italy and do his thing as, rich people do.
Oh, you just called it a mentee B.
Yeah. That's my nice way of saying a complete and utter breakdown because it makes it sound better and not so crazy. But
oh man.
It's nice we finally got some Harry again, and it's nice that there was a little bit of nostalgia in there with American Girls because that one played and I was like, this just takes me back.
I have a question, and this is gonna and this is gonna be a little dark, so I'm just gonna warn you now. Do you think this would have come out earlier if, was it Liam that died?
Yeah.
Do you think
if he hadn't passed away?
If he hadn't died, if he hadn't passed, do you think this album would have come out earlier?
No, I think it still would have been on the same time horizon, maybe a little bit earlier, barely, but he has done interviews where he talks about Liam and obviously how hard it is to lose one of your good friends.
Yeah. I get that.
But more so, he was already having, he already needed a break.
Yeah.
Well before that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and that's not. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
timeline.
Do you think that because that can be you lost a friend. I get that.
Traumatizing and devastating. Yeah. It makes you reevaluate your whole life but I'm
not saying that that's a problem if it did. I'm not saying it's a problem if it did. I just from
what he said, I think he had most of the songs done before then. So could it have maybe impacted production and release or whatever? I don't know, maybe. But he was already on a long break before then, so.
Yeah. I just wondered what you thought about that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any final thoughts, or are we ready for facts?
Loved it.
Loved it? Okay.
That's it.
I'm indifferent, so.
It kind of felt, okay, I guess I do have a final thought.
Okay.
It kind of felt like, my emotions throughout the day. Okay, I'm super happy. Oh, this is okay, now I'm going to cry. And they're like, oh, I'm super happy. Oh, I want to dance in the living room with Opie. And then now I really need a nap and to watch Bridgerton.
Okay.
And then, oh, Pop is right after Coming Up Roses. So it's honestly,
So what we're
maybe
all
I just
what we're
maybe
all
just the album
learning
is I just like
is
feel it, you
Nick
know?
Nick is a roller coaster of emotion throughout the day. Which
Yeah.
if you didn't already know her, then you're learning it now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That'd probably be my final thought is maybe I just related to it more than you. We can't all be stable, sane human beings, Kevin. So
Oh man, I
sorry.
think it's time for facts. Oh man, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay, go for it.
So mine is about Christopher Nolan and Harry.
Okay,
Um, so when Harry was cast in Dunkirk, which did you see Dunkirk?
I did not see Dunkirk. I did see
Okay.
the Oh, what was the one that Olivia Wilde did that he was in?
Oh,
The like thriller.
yeah, I know which one you're talking
I
about.
did see that. That was fun. I did like that movie.
I'm blanking on the name of it. Yes, I
Yeah,
saw that one too.
yeah,
That was a really good movie.
yeah.
Yes. I don't know why I'm blanking on the
I
name of
can't
it, but
think of it either,
yes.
but you know what I'm
So, but
talking about.
I saw Dunkirk in theaters,
Hmm.
obviously because I knew Harry was in it. But um, if you want Nicole Munns to watch a movie, put Harry Styles in it, and then I'll actually watch a movie. So Christopher Nolan has said in interviews that he was largely unaware of who Harry was and his level of the celebrity
Oh, okay,
when he was cast.
that's interesting.
He said he fit the part well because with the role of the soldiers, he said he was looking for people that felt like they were newer, more authentic, because that would match like the soldiers. Like you're new to war, you don't know what's
Hmm.
and so he felt like he was a good fit and very charismatic. And then apparently his kids told him how famous he was, like after
Oh,
he was cast.
okay.
So I thought that was
That's
interesting.
that is interesting that Christopher Nolan had no idea who this
Whether
person was,
it's
but you
true
know,
or not, I don't know, but that's what Christopher Nolan said in interviews. So
I mean,
yeah.
Christopher Nolan's not that age group to be a One Direction fan, so I guess that's
Yeah.
very possible. Um,
Yeah.
and he's
Now,
not, you know,
whoever put together like the, audition list
yeah.
obviously knew who he
I think the
was, but
casting director probably knew who One
yeah, the
Direction who
casting director.
yeah,
Thank you.
I'd say the casting
Yes.
director probably knew who Harry Styles was when Harry Styles came in to
Yeah, and there are a couple big name people in that movie,
yeah,
so but
yeah.
yeah, that was interesting.
Um Mine is I tried to look for One Direction facts because I thought it would go along with this very well.
Hmm.
Everything that I found was not good enough for me because most of them were like blatantly obvious or boring as hell. So I just gave up on that and went
Hmm.
music in general. So,
Okay.
Nick, this is my music fact. Um,
Okay.
in 1952,
Hmm.
a experimental composer decided to make silence as music. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. He recorded a song titled 433 in which he instructed all the musicians to sit and do nothing for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And all
Okay.
they did was record the sound of basically the room so you would hear like the audience kind of shuffling or whatever, and that was the song.
Yeah. When was this?
1952. The composer was
Interesting.
John Cage. Joe Cage. Sorry, Joh Cage. Joe Cage, I guess.
Interesting. Okay. That's a choice for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Um, that would definitely be a boring album.
Well, I mean, it's experimental music, so I would say
Yeah.
that that's probably the only song on there that's like that. And then there's
Yeah.
probably some other weird stuff on that album, or what you
Yeah.
like. I say weird, but probably what people would
Hmm.
like colloquially think as weird,
It's
like
like
you know,
the opposite of this song, The
yeah,
Sound of Silence.
yeah, um,
Hmm.
yeah. So I'd say it's like that's one, and then there's some other like interesting things going on with the other songs. So, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4:33. I guess if you want to listen to silence,
that's
4:33. Find 4:33.
Quite a long time to be silent. I can't even be silent in my own head for that long. So I can't imagine listening to that much silence.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to, I don't know. Silence for 4 minutes is kind of odd. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then you've got, you know, like Pink Floyd. I don't even remember what song it is that's like 36 minutes long or whatever. But, you know, you've got songs like that too. So.
Yeah. Interesting.
But, you know, whatever. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. Nick, you have an announcement though, right? Like, we're Harry Styles, and then, like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So, the next 2 weeks before I go on hiatus, because, spoiler alert, if you're not my, aunt listening to this, or one listener, you already know, but for everyone else, I'm pregnant, and we'll be going on hiatus soon. So we have 2 more episodes, and what is more representative of this podcast than us going from Harry Styles to next week will be a scientific thing that I don't understand. So typical. And then the next week after that, we're ending and sending me off on some good old murder in Missouri. So get ready for some nonsense that I don't understand, and then more murder like we normally do on this podcast. So
yep. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks, and then Nick is off for a couple months. So I don't know what we're going to do during that time.
See.
We'll figure it out.
However long it takes me to mentally recover.
Yeah, so we'll see how long that takes.
Which, if we know me, I don't know, it might be a minute.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.